Alrighty guys, we're back for some Mardu Angels, and this is a Brothers War standard brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. But first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you. Also, we do get that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? First of all, we got to do some rearranging because of prototypes, right? Now we'll go over the rest of the list. We have for Lunarch Veterans, the life gain's gonna come in handy. We have a couple Ollenbock Escorts, a card that we don't see very often, and I'm a little bit surprised about that. I feel like there's plenty of decks that we could squeeze this into. 1 mana 1/1 with Vigilance, you can sack it. Target creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. Yeah, Ollenbock Escort just happens to be pretty solid, and there's a ton of ways to give counters to creatures in here, which we'll go over right now. We have 4 Giada's Font of Hope, a 2 mana 2/2 Flying Vigilance, and you guys know Giada. We've played with it plenty in the past, but you can of course ramp into angel spells with this, and angels enter with +1/+1 counters on it for each angel you already control. So of course that's going to work wonders with the Escort's ability as well. Just being able to give indestructible and lifelink to those angels sounds awesome. We have 2 Lantern Flares in here, a card we also don't get to see very often, huh? 2 mana instant speed, it deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. And X is the number of creatures you control, but it also has a cleave cost here for X, a red, and a white, which we might honestly use that cleave cost quite often in here. So yeah, Lantern Flare. I like the life gain is so important in here, guys, because of course we're rocking 4 Voice of the Blessed. Now, unfortunately, it's not an angel, but it pairs so beautifully with everything else in here. So 2 mana 2/2. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Voice of the Blessed. Yep, so Escort works with that as well. As long as Voice of the Blessed has 4 or more +1/+1 counters on it, it has Flying and Vigilance. That's really easy to get to. And then as long as Voice of the Blessed has 10 or more +1/+1 counters on it, it has Indestructible. So this is just one of those cards where it just completely runs away with the game if the opponent doesn't remove it. And while the bottom ability doesn't come into play too often, it definitely has come into play, so getting 10 +1 counters on a Voice of the Blessed is a little bit easier than you would expect, I guess. So we have 4 Inspiring Overseers, a way to gain life, draws us that card too, and then it's an angel, so it works with Font of Hope, right? For Fable of the Mirror Breakers, we're rocking other colors in here, you know, it's not mono white, so why not rock the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, because it gives us so much advantage against most matchups. Also, the discard ability here works pretty well with a Serra Paragon, which we'll go over in just a second. We have 4 Steel Seraphs, the new angel from Brothers War, which is just disgusting. Has prototype for 1 and double white, and when you drop it as a prototype, it's only a 3/3, but it also has flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains your choice of Flying, Vigilance, or Lifelink. Yeah, Steel Seraph is pretty gross, guys. I bet it's going to be an MVP today. Honestly, simple things like giving Flying to our Fable of the Mirrorbreaker token, just so that way we can ramp successfully, you know, without the opponent blocking into it and killing it. So it's like little simple things like that. Even just like giving Vigilance to something to play around a Wandering Emperor. And then, of course, the lifelink works wonders against aggro builds, too. So, yeah, very nice. Guys, I realize I skipped some cards in the 2-drop. I'm going to go back and go over those right now. With a single Soul Partition. I've been rocking 1 Soul Partition whenever I can, and it's been working out nicely overall, I suppose. We have 2 Phyrexian Missionaries in here, too. Now, this is a 2 mana 2/3 with a kicker of 1 and a black. It has a lifelink, and whenever a missionary enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So that, of course, also works well with the second chapter on Fable, where if we discarded some creatures, we can potentially bring them back later on with missionary, but it also works well with Escort too, where if you sacrifice the Ollenbock Escort. Maybe you can bring that back with Missionary later on as well. So nice. Also, the opponent's killing all of your stuff anyways, so it's just nice to have, and of course the lifelink works well with the Voice of the Blessed too. On the top end of the build, we got 3 Serra Paragons. Of course, this works well with all the cards that we're discarding off of Fable as well, but then just all the other creatures, man. It's just a great angel, and we get to ramp into it. Imagine turn 2 Giada, turn 3 Serra Paragon. That is gross already, but then you're also putting a +1/+1 counter on this Paragon, which makes it a 4/5 on turn 3 in the air, and you get to play back stuff from your grave, cast a permanent spell with mana value 3 or less from your grave, so you can even recast your Fable of the Mirror-Breakers. Just absolutely disgusting. Also, we have 3 Archangel of Wraths in here too. The main reason to rock the Mardu colors, right? So 4 mana, 3/4 with a kicker cost of a black mana and a kicker cost of a red mana. Flying, lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it deals 2 damage to any target. When Archangel of Wrath enters the battlefield, if it was kicked twice, it deals 2 damage to any target. So essentially, for 6 mana, you could you could clear up a board state, for example, or you can just ping the opponent's life total too. And since that lifelink is on this card, the damage that you're dealing off the kicker also has that lifelink. So all of that is also working with Voice of the Blessed. Okay, in the mana base, we do have an Obscura Storefront and a Cabaretti Courtyard here, mainly for the life gain and also just a way to mana fix and clear up the land out of our deck too, so we don't end up flooding out, or, you guys know what I mean. Rocking a couple, 4 Battlefield Forge actually, the Sundown Pass, a single Sanctum, Caves of Koilos? I have no idea. And then a Seat of the Empire. We're not rocking the other legendaries in here because it's not really worth it. We're really splashing the red and really, really splashing the black mana for the kicker on the Archangel and the kicker on the Missionary. Honorable mentions, guys. Ton of them today. Not a lot of great ways to get rid of enchantments in here. Really, Soul Partition is the only thing that can hit devastating enchantment. So, like, Destroy Evil might be a thing to think about. Also, Sanctify. It's not half bad since it gains that life too, so it works with Voice of the Blessed. It's just something to think about. Guardian of New Benelia obviously works wonders with a Serra Paragon, but other than that, yeah, it doesn't really fit the theme of this particular build because it doesn't gain life in and of itself. Just another thing to think about, right? Valorous Stance, being able to protect our Giada, seems important, so Angel Fire Ignition could be pretty cool. Way to give lifelink to our creatures and counters for the Ollenbock Escort. Eliza's a pretty solid angel. Honorable mention, right? And Sanctuary Warden. We've played this in a mid-range build with Fable of the Mirror-Breaker before, and it just absolutely devastates. But I didn't want too much on the top end, as I wanted it to be a little bit more aggressive than mid-range. But probably going to land somewhere between aggro and mid-range, but we'll end up seeing, huh? All right, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked and see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first match here, guys. Right now, it is taking a little longer to find matches. I just got done recording the other 2 videos for the weekdays here, and it has been taking a second for some reason. That wasn't too bad, though. We go first. Whoa, that is way too many Voice of the Blessed. I'm keeping it. We're doing this. Let's do it, guys. So much we can draw into. Oh no. Alright, let's see. Battlefield Forge. Alright, well, I don't want to take damage for playing the Voice of the Blessed, so I wonder. Honestly, the land that gains us life would have been better here to buff these Voice. Blood Tithe Harvester, that's probably gonna hit. Well, Steel Seraph is an amazing draw. Let's get that down. I guess flying to the voice? So that way we can just get a swing here. It's too bad we can't give the lifelink and flying, but I mean, that would just be completely busted. We don't want to give lifelink because it's an easy trade for Harvester. But we give lifelink to the Steel Seraph to start buffing the other voice here. Also, Lantern Flare. If we draw a land, we could go Voice of the Blessed number 2, and then Lantern Flare, their Harvester. Gain some life, buff the voice, and then keep on swinging. Give lifelink to the Seraph. Yeah, that seems really good. Well, I'm guessing this is a go for the throat. The way they were looking at the Steel Seraph, like, ah, man, not again. There's a lot of artifact creatures, guys. Go for the throat doesn't hit sometimes. Ah, Harvester number 2 takes care of Seraph, yep. But we still have the Lantern Flare play if we draw land. That's not a land. That's not a land. I mean, we still have the Lantern Flare play technically, if we wanted to buff the voice. They might take the 2. I'd rather the Voice of the Blessed die than the Giada so we can ramp into Serra Paragon, especially since we have 2 other voice too. Here we go. They don't know what's in hand, so I mean, it could be a combat trick, could be a Valorous stance. We don't get to see those too often anymore though, so I understand not playing around it. Oh, okay, they're playing around it. All right. We can get the other voice down. We know that the Giada is going to die to the Harvester's ability, like 100%. There's no way they let us keep this. So we're just going to get Voice of the Blessed number 2 down. And then if they kill one, at least we still have the other one. And then it's the same exact concept. If we draw mana, we drop the other Voice of the Blessed, drop the Lantern Flare. A little bit of an awkward first game here, but I can't complain. Today's matches overall for the other videos and everything have just been absolutely incredible. So they could totally swing, but they don't know what this is. It could be protection still. Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. Man, I would love to gain some life. Hitting the Goblin Shaman might be better than Harvester. Probably not. We have a good block. Hopefully they don't ramp into anything too good. This does 2 damage to Harvester. We gain 2. Yeah, the land would have been much better than Fable, but that's okay. Honestly, they're at 15 already. I wonder what's that important that they could ramp into. Yeah, we'll full swing. 6 damage is a lot of damage. They might block too. That could be good for us. Nice. Okay, next turn they could drop a land and then go Invoke Despair. Losing one of these voice could be bad. Yeah, a little bit awkward since we're struggling. Oh, Brotherhood's End. Oh, that hits both of the voice. Oh, that's so bad. All right, Steel Seraph tells me it's time to get our own Fable down. We got to start ramping with our Goblin Shaman here. It's honestly, we could do this with 3 mana. We can totally get away with this. Removal for Shaman right away. About to get Reflection. Yeah, but Fable of the Mirrorbreaker is probably going to find our 4th mana for us next turn. The question is, what do we want to discard for that? I guess it depends what we draw. Because if we do draw a mana, I might not discard anything, because it's pretty terrific. Oh no! The Invoke Despair ended up hitting. Yeah, Fable's out of here. Oh no, I wonder if no, anything we played really. Like if we would have went the Steel Seraph. Okay, we did find the 4th mana. It's a little bit late. A little bit late to the party. Because now they can just drop Invoke Despair every turn. And then we're in big trouble. I think we're just gonna go Voice of the Blessed and the Giada and see if these... Because now in Invoke Despair, we get rid of Voice of the Blessed, and then the Font of Hope will just hopefully ramp us to where we need to be. Depends what we end up drawing too. If we go Steel Seraph, we could always give like lifelink to the Giada if the Voice of the Blessed survives, you know? There's a lot of things to consider here, and I think one of the big ones is how much value can the opponent get, right? How much card draw and everything. The Brotherhood's End was just absolutely terrific for them. Yeah, they want to hit Giada. They could always Reflection, Corpse Appraiser. They would get a swing, and then they would get another draw this turn, and then they can filter with blood tokens. Man, there's a reason we still see Grixis, guys. There's a reason. We still have 2 mana open, too, for like a Make Disappear or something, so... Hopefully it's not removal, but there's so much they can do, so much they can find. Cut down hits our board state, too. Everything on our board. No blocks, down to 13. And we hope that they don't have removal. That's the big thing. That's what we're hoping for. Honestly, losing the Fable might have been the nail in the coffin. Oh, the Abrade. Well, the Steel Seraph still kind of... Oh, second Giada. We can't attack into the Appraiser successfully. Might just be Serra Paragon this turn. Just get this down, get it ready, and maybe we can recast the Giada from the grave. Also Fable from the grave. Maybe, maybe. I mean, look at their hand, guys. They got Reflection to copy Appraiser again, too, which is just going to find them even more. So I'm assuming the Serra Paragon's going to get that go for the throat. Oh, man. It was an awkward hand to keep. It really was. But I had to try it for sure. At this point, though, I think Grixis is going to run away with it. But I also think that this deck is more than capable of, you know, actually staying in these longer games and actually having a chance too. But I don't think we're going to have a chance this time round. Rocking the Phyrexian Fleshgorger in this build. Okay. I really wasn't anticipating the Brotherhood's End at all. Like, man, there's double red in that. There's double black on Fleshgorger. There's quadruple black on Invoke Despair. The black-red on the Blood Tithe Harvester. I think that really says something about mana bases currently. Yeah, we're going to take 3. I don't want to get like a simple Voltage Surge. I'd rather them pay the blood token to be able to Voltage Surge the Serra Paragon. Oh, Blood Tithe Harvester. Wait a minute. If we can keep this Paragon on the board... Okay, yeah, the Corpse Appraiser took out the Giada. That makes sense. It'd be nice to get the other one down. But, like, Lunarch Veteran... Steel Seraph and give lifelink to the Serra Paragon. And then get that swing. Seems pretty good. Great blockers on the ground. We're back up to 11. And the Voice of the Blessed is at 4-4 now. The Blood Tithe Harvester has a tough decision here between the Steel Seraph and the Paragon, depending on what they have in their hand. Yeah, but the Sheoldred and everything, like... I'd say this match is worth playing out, but I'm still leaning towards the opponent here. It really depends, though. We've been surprised in the past where it's, like, super leaning towards the opponent, but then for some reason they just don't end up having it, which, I mean, it happens. like Reflection, Copy, Harvester. Reflection really ran away with this, which might tell me we need more removal in here, or maybe my Lantern Flare earlier. Maybe I was a little too hasty with that Lantern Flare, taking out a Harvester, was it? I think so. Like, we could have saved that for better targets, which, obviously, this Reflection, generating them this much value, that would have been a better target. So they can hit Serra Paragon, and they can hit the Steel Seraph with the other Harvester. Then they have the Shieldred still, like... Voice of the Blessed is not above a Shieldred here at all. I guess it's Veteran. I can't imagine why we wouldn't do the Veteran. It's still gonna be Harvester, take out the Seraph, and then swing with Shieldred. Oh, that works too. Either way. Either way, but keeping the Seraph on the board. Yeah, that works, I guess. Down to 3, down to 1 after we draw. Ooh, buddy. Once the Grixis engine gets rolling, guys, like, we really needed removal for Reflection, so that might come up in the final thoughts for sure. Oh, nice. Yeah, we kind of struggled with mana in this game too, which is definitely worth noting for final thoughts. I don't think we had... GG opponent, by the way. Forgot to drop them the GG. I don't think we have... Yeah, we have a good amount of mana. I think it's 23 or 24 in here. And 23 should technically work since Giada counts as a little bit of ramp. A little bit. And then, of course, Reflection helps us get there as well, so... We'll see. I do forget if it was 23 or 24, though. Okay. Opponent goes first. Yeah, we'll give this a shot. Xander's Lounge. Oh, no, guys. Oh, no. Alright, well, we'll grab a white source off of the courtyard. Too bad we didn't see the courtyard when we had all those Voice of the Blessed and everything, huh? Yeah, man, that last game could have gone a lot of different ways, huh? So yeah, it's probably just the exact same build, and we should probably play against it like it is the same build. Like, we should anticipate Brotherhood's End, just in case, even though I don't see it too often in Grixis. We should still anticipate it. At this point, guys, we gotta, like, make disappear is just a nightmare. Overseer's probably better since we have to play around a counterspell now, and then I'd rather Overseer die to removal than the Steel Seraph, as the Steel Seraph just does a lot more. So Cut Down. So Cut Down doesn't hit the Steel Seraph, and neither does Go for the Throat, so maybe the Seraph would have been safe. Woo, buddy, they got their Shieldred already. Alright. But they're tapped out. Alright, we're not going to take out Shieldred yet. The opponents are tapped out. I gotta get something onto the board here that means something, and I think that's going to be Fable. We gotta be careful about drawing next turn then. The Overseer draws us this turn, so yeah, I think it's Fable. Because what this lets us do is potentially... Oh, what are we setting up for next turn? Steel Seraph? So we can get a clean swing off of Goblin Shaman. Maybe the Soul Partition before we draw. Oh no, Invoke Despair. Oh, this one really lined up for the opponent, guys. This one really lined up. Down to 5, guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's get that Soul Partition. Wait, did we still draw? Wait, did we not have the option to not take that? Did I click through it? What did I do, guys? What have I done? I have to pay more attention while I'm losing. How come I only pay attention when I'm winning? What's that about? Yeah, the cut down. Yeah, I mean, we were super dead anyways, regardless. At least the Shieldred's not on the board. Oh, Shieldred number 2. Okay, yeah, see, now we have a chance. Weird. X is 3. We get to survive a turn here. I must have clicked through it last time, guys, or something. Or I wasn't thinking properly, maybe. So we could have done X's 2, and then since we drew the Voice of the Blessed, we could have played it to block, but it's the same concept. This game's over, man. Good game, opponent. Let's hope opponent number 3 does not bring Grixis to the table. As you guys know, I like my variety. We'll see, though, huh? Maybe we can get revenge against Grixis, too. But it's always much better to see variety overall. So far, the draws and everything in the deck have been alright. Not like the first game, I guess, overall, the draws were particularly bad. But the second game draws were fine. The opponent just ran away with it. Now, this looks like a solid hand. We actually have a turn 1 play, too. Yeah, everything about this hand looks good. And instead of the Steel Seraph, we probably start with Fable. Hopefully we get to see Fable of the Mirrorbreaker doing a bit more here than just dying to the Invoke Despairs as well. Okay, we'll get a swing. Nice. Clean. Efficient. LS Ilkor, okay. Wonder what we're up against then. Better get that Fable down. We're drawing all of our 4-drops again, guys. Might not... This deck might not draw very clean overall. Might have to think about going down to maybe 2 Serras. I don't know if we want to go down to 2 Angels. Or Archangels, I mean, sorry. Oh, Rafine. Huh. Been seeing a lot more Rafine in the last couple days. That's fun, though. It's a great card. I can definitely see why we're seeing more of it. Okay, we did find that 4th mana. I'm gonna ditch a single Serra Paragon. It feels a little foolish to do that. No flying in with this Goblin Shaman. Kind of like looking for removal or something, I guess. Inspiring Overseer. Okay. Could wait for 6 mana on the Archangel. I think that Rafine's going to start cleaning things up for the opponent, though. Get that swing. Huh. Even with red in here, they risk a play with fire killing that. Because they technically don't know what we're up against here. We don't have the extra mana if we go Archangel, because this has Ward 1. We need the 5 mana to kick it. Yep. We save the treasure for next turn, and we drop the Serra Paragon. It blocks Rafine well enough, I suppose, but they do end up probably full swinging here. And then buffing the Ellis. Then it comes down. Enough mana open for removal over there. It's gonna be a Thalia, though. Okay, the Thalia doesn't affect us too much, luckily. And then buff the Ellis, so that way we can't successfully... Oh! I guess they don't care because of the Death Touch. Huh. Should we take it? Or should we just block Rafine? I guess it depends what they buff it to. Alright, we'll take the 3. I think that's fine. Alright. The next couple turns here really matter. I think taking out the Ellis would be sweet. Hitting Rafine with anything seems impossible right now. We found that 6th mana. We can double kick this. We get to hit Thalia, maybe face. That could be cool too. Could also just play a full-blown Steel Seraph. Taking out Dennick could be pretty good. Dennick affects the Serra Paragon's ability. Alright, we're gonna fully kick the Archangel of Wrath here. And I think what we're gonna do think what we're gonna do is hit Thalia, hit face, and I wonder if it's gonna be possible to outpace them with our angels. Actually, if we would have, yeah. Do I want to ramp with Goblin? I don't think so. Save his blocker doesn't seem very efficient either. So we don't want the Goblin trade because they gained the 2 off the lifelink as well. Even though getting back up to 6 might be good if we wanted to drop a full-blown Steel Seraph or top deck another Archangel. So just some things to think about. Yeah, there's Sheoldred. The most played card of all time. Actually, I don't know, but it's very, very played right now, isn't it? Buff the Denic. See, that's a problem too. The way Rafine just kind of buffs everything, that's a big problem. Could double block that Ellis. Oh, we can double block the Denic now too. Being able to copy the Archangel just seems insane though. It seems insane. I'm gonna take this. Maybe I shouldn't. We'll double block the Ellis and take 5. We don't know what this last card is, so they don't have Thalia anymore on the board too, so it might be, yeah, it might be some tempo. Okay, it wasn't like a Fading Hope, unless they're saving this, maybe. They might be saving a Fading Hope. Okay, there's the Veteran. Alright, we're gonna draw, we're taking 2. Gotta be careful, guys, like, everything we do right now matters. Okay, Caves can come onto the board. Serra Paragon can cast the Lunarch Veteran successfully. Or we could go 3. Nope, I'm gonna go Veteran because we're gonna copy the Archangel. We're gonna get some life gain here. Steel Seraph hits. Copy Archangel. We copy Steel Seraph too. We wanted to give something lifelink. Or I guess Vigilance could be good too. Now, I'm gonna stick with my original plan, so we don't just like overthink this, because this is 9 damage in the air, 9 life gain. And we have the Lunarch Veteran to chump, and if it dies, we gain the 2 life from the Paragon ability. And the Steel Seraph can continue to do this every turn, as we can continue to copy with Reflection too. So then the question is, should we have just copied Steel Seraph? Oh, Seat of the Empire. Well, now, see, we get to keep that seat. Or, yeah, I'm sorry. We get to keep the Steel Seraph, since... Ayo, the Dawn Sky, that is disgusting. Oh, no, guys. That is a perfect blocker for them right now. Oh, no. Oh, Ayo has to be the nail in the coffin, right? It has to be. I don't necessarily want to chump here. Hey, how come we could bring back the Lunarch Veteran even though Denic was on the board? Cards and graveyards can't... Oh, targets of spells or ability... I'm sorry, guys. I guess it's been a long day. I don't like having excuses like that. I don't like having excuses. Yeah, it can't be targets of spells or abilities, but this is casting it back, so you're not actually targeting it. So they're gonna gain here. They gained a ton. From drawing with the Sheoldred combo. So yeah, we're gonna chump. We'll gain 2. Nah, I'll just take it. I think the AO is the in fact just the nail in the coffin, and so overall I think it's fine. Wow, Giada's great. Giada's terrific. Yeah, Sheoldred's a big problem for us today. Yeah, we'll take it. And then we get to copy the Steel Seraph. Seven, huh? Oh my goodness, because of the Giada. That's insane, dude. Holy cow. I wasn't even anticipating that. So let's do nothing great here, huh? Because the AO blocks it all so well. So we'll give you lifelink and yeah, we can't like swing into that AO, guys. That really sucks. Lifelink, vigilance. Swing in for 7. They take it. We're back up to 17. They might block with AO, honestly. It has a great ability. As long as we don't die next turn, that's what's important. Okay. Do they put counters on everything? No, they're searching. Yeah, AO has a terrific ability. They could find a lot here, but Urtai resurrected, and they can destroy anything. They're gonna destroy the reflection. Yep, that makes the most sense. Luckily, we get to cast the Fable back. We will play, yeah, we'll play the Shattered Sanctum. That's fine. Yeah, we can recast the Fable if they don't kill the Serra Paragon, which is pretty cool. Tough battles today, guys. It really feels like we didn't see a lot of variety out of the opponents. For some reason, this feels pretty much the same as going up against Grixis. I know they're two completely different decks, but it's kind of like the same, not style of mid-range, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean. Like, it would have been nice to see like an aggro build or something. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, at this point, though, earlier, taking out the Denic would have been much, much better. The Archangel, like, the lifelink they gained from this card, that's kind of my bad. That really is, because I took out Thalia and hit face instead, but taking out the Denic would have been way better for us. They do offer a trade into the Denic. They take the Steel Seraph. Shieldred's going to be a problem now too, though. Back up to 43. I suppose we'll go like this, right? And we can block the Urtai Resurrected successfully here and then take the 5. And I think they take the Steel Seraph. I think that's... like, the 4/5 Overseer isn't very threatening when they have 49 life. They also get a huge draw if this ever dies. Hey, you know how we can cast it back from the grave? Is it only as a prototype, or can we cast this as the 6? I wonder. Oh, oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Oh, no, what have I done? Okay. It does not give you the option. I mean, hey, we did it for science. Right? Alright, we'll give you lifelink and swing. Back up a little bit here. That was pretty cool, though, the way we get a bunch of counters on it because of the Giada being here. They kept the Rafine back as a blocker, though, so we couldn't get a good swing, which is a little weird seeing that they're at 46 life. That is a ton of life. What a match, guys. What a match. It's definitely leaning towards the opponent, though. I can't imagine a lot of ways through here. Shieldred swings. They're going to swing with the Rafine this time, and who are they targeting? Because if we can finally hit that Rafine... Okay, they're going to gain a bunch more life because of Shieldred. We can never kill this. Actually, Soul Partition. Soul Partition would do it. Just take 10. What do you guys think? Chumping with Lunarch Veteran. It doesn't feel right when we can still gain life from that Veteran. Alright. I wonder if we can get that Soul Partition. We didn't see it this game yet, right? So, Plaza of Heroes. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so Rafine's still in this. Alright, Fable's dropping. We're in danger, guys. We're in big, big danger. We're just gonna play it all out. Get the second Paragon down. The most life we can get is on the Steel Seraph, but if we can keep that as a blocker for the Rafine, then that might be the best bet. Unless it ends up dying. See, we're forced to have blocks this next turn. See if they end up buffing that at all, though. Yeah, let's just get maximum life gain here. This has been insane, though. We're back up to 10. We have a ton of blockers. We might actually be able to get there. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. They blitz back the underdog. They full swing. They want to get max counters out of this Rafine. Well, where are they going to target, though? Because they're out of Plaza. They target Sheoldred? Okay. So this Rafine's finally going to die, maybe? Maybe. Another Denic. They have one card in hand. Sheoldred's life gain. Like I said, we can never kill that, so... we have a successful block here. We have a successful block here. We have a successful chump into Sheoldred, and then we can take the 4. Because we don't want them to get these 11 cards. We just have to keep gaining the life back. Yeah, we can't give them all that. And I don't want to hit... I don't want to lose anything to the Sheoldred until I know that this Rafine's gone. So, yeah. This is where we block. We're holding on for dear life, guys. I hope you're enjoying the longer match. Yeah, a little bit awkward matches today. A little bit awkward draws overall. I think that the deck is actually capable of a lot more than what we're showcasing, though, and I'll go over that more in the final thoughts as well. Seat. Oh, opponent. 12 cards to their hand. They decide that, you know what, that's a hefty enough draw. They end up getting rid of the conductor themselves, and they have another seat. Oh, no. Wait, what did they end up taking out? The underdog would have died anyways. Oh, it was still worth hitting the 5/4 Angel, though. Yep, that makes sense. Look, Rafine's gone. We can start rocking this Font of Hope, actually swinging in since it has Vigilance. Steel Seraph's going to gain us a bunch of life from the Serra Paragon over here. Come on, guys. Yeah, I don't care how many cards they have in hand. We might be able to get there. Wow. Actually... I'm gonna decline. I wonder what we draw off the Overseer, though. This is fine, though. This is completely fine. Any amount of life gain. Like, this is a game of magic, guys. Archangel of Wrath. Bring that back. 2, 3, 4, and then we can do it once. Is that worth it, or do we just want to go Inspiring Overseer and draw another card? Urtai Resurrected. They're gonna take out the Steel Seraph for sure. Like, that's a goner. I think we want to keep that as removal for now and go Seer instead. So I wonder... We'll cast it with this Paragon, that's fine. I don't think it matters. Gain another life. Get a Plains. Oh, that's right. We have to be careful with the Sheoldred, though. I'm getting ahead of myself. still have enough mana to cast this if we want. Maybe we want to, without the removal part of it. Okay, let's get that lifelink. We're just going to chump the Sheoldred, so getting a nice swing here is pretty important. And back down to 38. Any way for them to wipe the board? I'm just going to play it out. Let's do it. Because it's an 8-9 lifelink, guys. We're back up to 17. We're about to get Reflection. It doesn't have haste, but we're about to get Reflection. Opponent's at 40. This is insane. This is actually insane. I've been saying that it's leaning towards the opponent, and it still has to be, right? Yeah, Urtai, take out the Archangel of Wrath. Oh, they're going to hit a Paragon instead. 7-8 Paragon would be a good target too. But, like, we have 2 of them is the problem, so... So much damage in the air. I'd say the best target would be that 8-9 Archangel. The lifelink on it is just... And we draw a card too. They're going to hit the Giada. They're at 40. We have 20 here. 27. We have 30 in the air. 30 in the air, guys. I think it's finally time to chump the Sheoldred. It's ridiculous. We gain 2 here. But we are getting dangerously low, and if they can end up having us draw more than we want, okay, we can recast the Giada, which is probably good news, seeing that we just drew some more mana here. I'll do that right now. Oh, they're tapped out too, so yeah. Okay, this already has lifelink, so go ahead, give you lifelink. Boop. Swing, 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 all in the air. I can't believe this. They've got to have something. They're down to 10. We're back up to 30. They've got to have something. Where's the board wipe, right? Like, to populate anything. That blocks in the air. We have Reflection, though. There's no way. Like, there's just... Hey, maybe we should have cast Giada next turn whenever we could use Reflection's ability to copy the Steel Seraph, because now they could have more removal for the Giada, too. I can't believe this, guys. Like, this is the reason to put mid-range as well. On the, whenever I put the deck up on Aether Hub, you know, it makes you choose, like, between aggro, mid-range, control, and combo. And I might put aggro and mid-range, because I do think the deck has the capabilities of being aggressive, but, like, this really... We got there, guys. We got there. Yeah, this really showcased the mid-range potential. I can't believe it. I literally can't believe it. How long was that match? That I can't believe it, guys. Holy cow. I wonder if we could have closed that up earlier if I would have taken out that Dennick. I don't think so. I think that would have been a long match either way. Let's go ahead, go over the deck. Oh my goodness, what a match. Wow. Mardu Angels. I don't even know how many matches we played. I think we played 2 against Grixis and 1 against that legendary, the Esper legendaries there. Yeah, here's the deck list again, guys. I would love to try it out again and test it more. I think there might actually be something here overall, but one very important thing. We might need more removal because, one, you do run into a lot of soldiers still, even though I haven't seen any soldiers, or many soldiers in the last couple days. You still run into a lot, and so having more removal is important. I think one of the thought processes behind having only the Soul Partition and the Lantern Flares is the fact that Archangel is also supposed to count as the removal too, and then also since you're flying in the air, like the whole point is to kind of outpace the opponent by having awesome Sky Angels, and then also just outpace them because you're gaining life from all the lifelink in the deck. So you're able to swing in, and they are kind of like running on the defense, which we got to see at the end of that last match, which was epic. Overall, I think the mana base was okay. It felt like a little janky draws, so if you guys have a better way to put together this mana base, let me know. I think it's fine. I think it's fine overall. We didn't get to see Ollenbock Escort today, which kind of sucks. Obviously, Giada is incredible. I think the Fable of the Mirror Breakers do a thing, especially in that last game. Like, once you actually get the ball rolling with Reflection, it can be disgusting, and then it needs to be removed. And we saw that against us, too. So, yeah, definitely worth having in here. I would have liked to see more from Voice of the Blessed. Also, Voice of the Blessed, something I didn't really think about, is like using Reflection on something like Overseer to draw extra, get that life, and then maybe gain life off Veteran as well. Just buffing the Voice of the Blessed just over and over and over again, just from a simple interaction with Reflection, which is awesome. Something we could consider is dropping down a 4-drop, but I think these were good. It just was a little bit awkward seeing all of them right at the beginning. I do think 3 of them each is fine, though. Okay, guys, I guess it's time to rest my voice, huh? If you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.